Part three of our preaching against colorism, title called Demons Park in the Dark. We're talking about the issue. We're not talking about, when we say park in the dark, we're talking about the issue, the mindset people have against you. The demons park in the dark. And as a church, I told you, we're going to have a committee of ministers and non-ministers from our church that will talk to people that come in and are dealing with that. As one of the ministries I want to have in our church, fight against colorism in the church. Ladies and gentlemen, this series was impressed in my heart because I want to be a pastor that reaches the people hurts, And maybe you might not be going through colorism, but a lot of people are dealing with colorism, the prejudice of it. Now, we know that it's hard when it's done when the guilty, not every white person is guilty. When the guilty white establishment does it, or the Puerto Rican, or the Chinese, it ain't just the white people that are guilty of colorism, prejudice. Sometimes if you are a dark-skinned colored person, you go into a Chinese restaurant, you go into an Asian store, and what makes you mad is that you're a citizen of this country, and these people come from foreign fields, and they got more of a privilege, sad to say, I hate to use that word, sort of got an evil leeway to look at you like you nothing. And this is your country, and this is your state, and this is your government. It's sad. And I want to say that, as we stated, colorism has really beat down a lot of sisters, a lot of men who are of a darker skin tone color, and it needs to be dealt with, and we want to deal with it as a church, and that's why I'm dealing with it as a pastor, to bring it up to you today. Now, I want to say this very clear, because I think out of all subjects within this evil, and I repeat, evil of the prejudice of colorism, I want to talk about something that goes on to people who feel like they're nothing because they've been victims of being talked about in colorism. Let me make it clear. There are people, wonderful people, excellent people, created by God, just going over it one more time, who have been birthed with a darker shade skin, and they black. And they can't stand, it's hard for them to deal with the looks, the remarks that darker skin color, to man's eyes, not to God, to man's failed human eyes, that's nothing but full of flesh anyways. They think these wonderful black people who are dealing with this, who are beautiful naturally, they just feel so insecure and so nervous that everybody, and so hurt that everybody's looking at them in a funny way, that they bleach their skin to whiten their skin. Oh, people, remember, God made you the way He wanted to make you. I know we're smart enough to know that man has sex with woman, but God made you the way He wanted to make you. And if He allowed you to come into this world dark-skinned, He loves it. And you can go places if you believe that. I know it's easy for me to say I sympathize with you. Being looked at as nothing, with remarks like you've been left in the oven, and you would be more better looking if you were light-skinned. But light-skinned is not pretty. You loving God, if you light-skinned and you know that God has made you beautiful, you're pretty. If you're dark-skinned and you stay dark-skinned, and you know God has made you and happy with how He made you, that makes you pretty. What you know that God knows about you, that's where pretty is defined. And some of yous out there, it happens more with the sisters. It's more reported that the dark-skinned sisters do this than the brothers is bleaching their skin. and the risk of causing skin cancer, bleaching it and taking creams and making themselves look white. See? Now, if you look at some of the famous actors who are Afro-American, you can see some of y'all famous actors got skin bleach. And the before pictures of them, they look great. They look very good. But it got to them. And they're bleaching their skin. Don't bleach your skin. I know for some of you, I'm a little bit too late on that. But don't bleach your skin. Don't bleach your skin. Don't bleach your skin. Please don't bleach your skin. You are wonderful, even if you're of a darker tone. I'll see you in the next part.